Hey fam, how you all doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. So I have this very interesting question that people have been asking, especially men. They are wondering, why are women choosing to be single? Have you ever asked yourself such question, or have you asked a friend such question? Why are women choosing to be single in this current day and age? Women have lorry load of answers to us why they have chosen to be single in this current day and age. I have some TikTok videos for us to watch, I have Reddit posts for us to go through, and I have some articles for us to read. This video is packed. Let's get started with these TikTok videos.
Women are choosing to be single and dealing with less because y'all sat here and gave us so much on why we should be doormats to y'all emotions.
Come on, Randy.
Opposed to taking accountability for the fact that you ain't healed yourself from the up shit your mama did to you. Come on, Randy. Come on, Randy.
She said, yo.
If you've seen this before too, girls who are super confident, extremely successful.
These women are always single, and there are two reasons why. By the way, I'm speaking from experience. The first reason is because they lead with masculine energy. And it makes sense because if you're an independent, intelligent boss babe, chances are you've had to rely on that masculine energy to get ahead in your career. The problem is it doesn't work in dating though, especially when you're trying to attract a high value man. Because even though these men value those things, they ultimately want a woman who lets them be the man. So if a cashier does a better job at that than the CEO, a man has no problem dating her instead. And the second reason they're always single is because when you know what you bring to the table, you're not afraid to eat alone. The more successful you get, the smaller the pool of men get. And a high value woman is not going to waste time on a guy who's not on her level. Follow for more and good luck.
Plot twist. Some women are single and actually having the time of their lives. They are building careers. They are accomplishing goals. They are traveling the world. They are discovering things about themselves that they love while shedding old layers of themselves that they don't need. They are unlearning old bad habits while practicing new and healthy ones. They are embracing their alone time and thriving in it. Contrary to the things that the masses like to spew, not all single women are lonely, bitter, miserable, or damaged. Some women are single and more in love with their life than they ever have been before.
Let me put this out there. Some women are single by choice. Why some people are single? Because they just could not find men. Let's read this post on Reddit. The post was made by a lady that she wants to get married. Why are women more single these days struggling finding a man? Before? Is it really a problem? I'm just curious. I keep coming across a related post where women either wish they were single or tell single women to stay single. Speaking for myself, I want to get married and have children, and I have been struggling with it a lot. I'm 31-year-old female, and to some that may be still young, but to others from a cultural standpoint, I'm an old maid and my options are extremely limited and my biological clock is running out. So the constant responses I see or hear from married women honestly worries and discourages me even more. I feel like there aren't any good man left out there, and I'm constantly trying to work on myself to attract him into my life, but nothing is happening. I don't want to be single forever. I want to be someone's partner and a mother. I don't want to do my life alone. So guys, that's the original post. Let's see what people are saying in the comment section. Back in the day, women settled for terrible men because society basically demanded that they needed to marry and have kids. Now, that's no longer the case, and women have realized that they are better off alone than with a loser, and sadly, there are way too many losers out there. Exactly. When my mother was born, my grandmother wasn't allowed to have her own bank account. She couldn't have a credit card until my mother was almost an adult herself. The numbers might make it seem like a sudden shift, but we're not that far separated from when women could barely even exist in society without a husband or their father being in charge of their finances. In my opinion, I think women are rapidly outpacing men in every regard, and it's getting harder and harder to meet equals and to get married. And to get married, you have to settle. Women have been held to ridiculous high standards for a while, and men have not had the same level of scrutiny placed on them. We have both adapted to these bars. I've lived my whole life not settling, and it has worked for me, so I try to maintain that outlook. Women weren't married in years past because they wanted to be or were happy. They didn't have a choice. Women couldn't even get their own credit card until 1974. That's my lifetime. Add in that no fault divorce wasn't an option until about 1970, and that workplaces could in practice still discriminate against women until a Supreme Court decision in 1986. And women didn't have a lot of options. And once they were married, they didn't have many options but to stay married. The truth is that most of our mothers and grandmothers weren't happily married for 50 years. Married, yes, happily married, not as much. Now that women can and do earn their own money, have more control over their circumstances, and just have their own options, they are choosing not to be married. It doesn't benefit women. There's actual data showing that single, childless women are happier than married women. So less women are choosing to get married, and unhappy married women are more likely to get divorced. Women initiate 70 to 80% of all the divorces in the US. I don't see this as a bad thing at all. I am happily married, but from my observation at work and hearing friends vent, it seems like overall a big chunk of young men are really struggling with a lot of basic self-esteem, hygiene, communication, and emotional intelligence skills. So either you play a mommy figure to a low-earning, unclean video game addict who uses you for your money, or you get with a guy who has good social skills, takes care of himself, and wants to keep you on a rotation of 4 women to bang. So the short answer is more women are single because it is the healthier alternative to being attached to a loser who weighs you down or treats you like an object. Boomer and Gen X parents really failed in raising their boys collectively. So guys, those are the comments from the post on Reddit. What do you think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's move on and watch some videos from TikTok.
If a woman is single for a long time, like 2 years, 3 years or more, it ain't because something's wrong with her, most likely. More than likely it's because she's intelligent. And that's not to say women who are in relationships or marriages or that get in these relationships quickly are just dumb. What I'm saying is intelligent women, they have the smallest dating pool because they have the least amount of tolerance for BS. Like an intelligent woman cannot stomach a man who can't teach her anything. And because she's intelligent, there are very few men who can. An intelligent woman can't tolerate a man that can't mentally stimulate her or that she has to explain every little thing to. An intelligent woman, she's the most likely to be insulted by a man who thinks that he can play in her face like she's dumb. So they ain't gonna last. And then add to the fact that, yes, she's intelligent, so therefore she gathers information and she acts on it more effectively than most, which means she's not gonna continue repeating the same bad relationship over and over again with a different man for years on end. She'd just rather be single. And then intelligent women perform better in the job market and have more successful businesses, so they're the least likely to depend on a man to be their meal ticket. But what I really love about these women is that they're also not easily rattled by that whole, oh, you gonna die alone. You gonna be single until you die, because they're smart enough to understand it's better to be happy until you die alone than to live miserably every single day feeling like you're dying inside.
Why do intelligent women, or so many of them, remain single or prefer to be single? It's a great question. And when we're dealing with any person that's intelligent, they know themselves. They've done a deeper level of work on themselves. They have learned to love themselves. They a better boundary. In other words, they are going to own their nose. When someone unhealthy or toxic enters their life, they're not going to lean into them and say, yes, how can I please you? How can I help you? How can I support you? How can I maximize your needs and minimize mine? They have done a level of self-work on themselves. They are self-sufficient. They are less reliant on men. They aren't going to tolerate bullshit. They aren't going to tolerate games. As a result of that, they're not choosing the same kind of partnership over and over again and wondering, why is this happening? They've made the unconscious patterns and trauma in their lives conscious. They've actually equilibrated and worked with their trauma. And that really is, intelligence is a very layered conversation and a very layered concept. But when we're talking about relational intelligence and emotional intelligence in relationship, it is vested and grounded in self-love. It is vested and grounded in moving beyond the patterns of the past that have been survival patterns and into patterns of thriving. These intelligent women, and this is what I admire so much about them, are not only curious about their own lives, but they're not willing to settle. So they are happy to be single and they can find and create joy in their world outside of needing partnership. So partnership becomes a desire and a healthy partnership becomes a priority. What are your thoughts on that?
A video that went viral recently about how women are prioritizing peace over low-grade, low-effort relationships with men. And the number one comment that I got from men was, well, fine, if you can live without us, we're just not going to protect you anymore. So first of all, who exactly are you protecting us from? Is it Sarah that we're afraid is going to break into our home and assault us? Or is it men? Is it men that you're protecting us from? Secondly, when women say that we'd rather have peace and safety, we're not talking about physical safety, we're talking about emotional safety. The reason there is an epidemic of lonely, depressed men is because women would rather be alone than in an emotionally unsafe relationship. I feel that we're in emotional danger when we can't be vulnerable and express how we feel. We're being constantly criticized or put down or ignored. Or all the men run to the comments and say, well, we want to be valued too. Yes, you deserve that. But why are 72% of divorces initiated by women? And why statistically are women thriving in singledom and men are not? It is because women en masse are willing to put in the work, be self-reflective, and do what it takes to show up, and men simply are not.
Guys, let's talk about women that have chosen to be single by choice. Like I said, they have women that are single because they couldn't find men, and they have women that are single by choice. So let's find out the reasons why women that are single by choice have decided to remain single by choice. Surprising reasons why women are choosing to be single. They value their freedom. They don't love the fact that they will have to go ask permission from their spouse should they be married before they do something. They love to be spontaneous. Not all the time. They just want to wake up and travel. They want to wake up and visit friends. So that freedom is something they crave for. They love their freedom. They love their peace of mind. Freedom comes with peace of mind. So because of that, they don't want to be in a relationship. They also love the freedom of not taking care of a grown-up man as a baby. When you get into a relationship, you're in a way being forced to take care of your man. Understand? So a lot of women don't want that. They are focused on their career. A lot of single women are career focused. They want to climb the corporate ladder. They are getting more masters, getting more skills, getting PhD, getting more than 1 degree, 2 degrees, 3 degrees, building their businesses, building their empire. That's just what their focus is, and that's what gives them happiness. They rather do that than get stuck in a relationship that does not give them peace of mind and value. These women are open to different forms of love. They've come to the realization that love is not only about having a romantic partner. You can fall in love with your hobby. You can have platonic love with your friends, deep connection and all that. These women are also in a journey of self-discovery. They love self-care. They focus more on themselves, more on pampering themselves, more on being happy, more on being in touch with yourself rather than waiting for someone else to love you before you feel like a human being, before you feel alive. They would rather love themselves and pamper themselves. The journey of self-discovery has made them realize that, I don't need any man. I don't need any romantic relationship to feel loved. They enjoy their own company. They enjoy their own vibe. They can stay indoors for days. They can be focused on their projects, focused on their business without needing any human company. They're happy just being by themselves. Some women love that. They love solitude a lot. These women enjoy independence. They have explored independence and they enjoy what they got from that. So they would rather have that than being in a toxic relationship. They enjoy learning skills. They enjoy tackling challenges. They enjoy learning new things, facing life hurdles themselves, fixing things themselves, figuring things out themselves. They've come to the realization that all that men offer in a relationship, they can actually do it themselves and find joy doing it. So to them, what's the point of having a man in my life? A man that would give me chaos, commotion. So what's the point? If I can do all this myself, then I'd rather stay by myself because I don't need a man. They want to avoid emotional labor. Being in a relationship is not easy, especially when you're in a relationship with the wrong person. Being in a relationship with a man that doesn't have emotional intelligence, God, that is crazy. Honestly, it's crazy. It's more than it's being emotional roller coaster. So women thinking about this and hearing from people's stories and all that, they'd rather be by themselves than subjecting themselves to emotional labor. Their focus is on prioritizing their health. Being in a relationship comes a lot of unforeseen circumstances. should you get into a relationship with a man that has low thinking faculty, low emotional intelligence, or has no emotional intelligence? That's going to put you under pressure. You'll be experiencing emotional labor, and that can take a toll on your well-being. Living alone and doing things for yourself takes away the stress in life. When you're with your partner and your partner is not coming forth when it comes to house chores and all that, that is an additional stress on you, because you go to work, you come back, you have to take on those house chores and get things done. Stress is not good for the human body. Too much stress leads to you feeling sick and having disease. So being by yourself, being single, promotes good health and well-being. They spoke about waiting for the right person. They spoke about having a strong support network. They already have a strong support network. There's no point. They have their family, they have their friends, they have close-knitted friendships, so they don't need any man in their life. They're happy that way. They spoke about witnessing a lot of problematic relationships, and that is not encouraging. They don't want to put themselves in such a position. So because of that, they rather protect their head and their peace. What do you think about women choosing to be single? Are you for that, or are you against that? They have every right to want to remain single, because men of these days, a lot of men of these days are not it at all. Very irresponsible. They lack emotional intelligence. You have to explain everything to some men for them to understand. Some men don't reason for themselves. They can't think. Some men depend on their mom to tell them what to do. That's just too much burden. You get? Being by yourself gives peace of mind. No jokes. But if you have the right partner, go ahead and date. But if you know you don't have the right partner, just save yourself from the stress, the health issues, emotional trauma, and all that. Just be by yourself. Add more value to your life. Focus on getting more degrees, learning more skills, learning yourself, understanding yourself. Go on a self-discovery journey. Learn how to love yourself as an individual. It's very important. Love goes beyond being in a romantic relationship, like I mentioned earlier. You get? Go on a trip with friends, find a good group, make good friends and all that. Enjoy life. If you feel like relationship is not for you, just do you. So guys, this is it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye.